Good. Do 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 do. Cha ta tum tum ta tum. Good neighbors. Good. My apologies. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Okay. Do 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 do. Bum. Beep bum. 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 Ba-dum. Bum. Ba-da-da-dum. Good merchant. Come on, baby. Come on, the butter's nice. Boom. Nice. I have hours to be the lonely. My soul's demanding. It's plain to see. Good. Okay, perfect. Lol. Don't blink. Oh, oh, oh. It's that jump gun. It's like speed level 13. What's up? Don't blink. It's your boy Inko Competition. Just doing well, so having a wonderful day. Got behind me the sunrise. It is early. It is the 8th July 2026, but we're still celebrating, or we're still having the 7th July 2026. It's a beautiful day outside. Right now it's 5 o'clock. It is 5:23 a.m. in about 2 hours. I'm going to my father's house. So yeah, so I'm gonna be making content for like an hour and a half. Take a shower, put the clothes in the back. I'm gonna do some cleaning today. Let's not forget the oil, and that's pretty much it. I got a lot to do before I go to my father's house, but I got 3 hours. So the amount of work, or saying that you have a lot to do, is all dependent on how much time you have. And time is limitless. They say that time is precious and time is, they don't value it. It's all bullshit. Because time starts when you're born and it ends when you're dead. So in your own universe, time is limitless. Because it marks the beginning and the end. There you go. Perfect. Allô?
Bonjour.
Ça va bien?
Oui, ça va bien.
Ça va bien, bien, bien?
Oui.
Tout est contrôle? Good. Nicest sunrise. Well, not nicest sunrise, but today is the 8th of July. This is your sunrise. Yeah, it's early. It's 5:20 a.m. Let's enjoy it. No, I gotta say, guys, we've been up since I did try to sleep. I couldn't. I could have done some editing, but I didn't. I did some uploading though, which is pretty good. And I should have battery were completely full, which is also pretty good. So I think I'm going to pop open a second monster, which is not recommendable, and I haven't done it in years. But at the same time, I'm going to the shop, do shopping today. So that was to get some shopping done. It would be important that I'm awake. Because what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to go to my father's house from 8 to 10. Come back, get the clothes in, and then what I'm gonna do is from like 10:30 to 11:15, I'm gonna do the groceries. From 10:15 from 11:15, I'm gonna put everything in the fridge. I'm gonna sleep from 12 to 7:30. So we'll have a nice sleep. Nonetheless, we're just gonna upload a little bit. Day 276, I'm not sure. This is my only conversation. Well, I'm gonna say my father today, but sometimes this is my only conversation in the morning or in the day. I wrote the weeks. Very valued, and I'm very grateful. A lot of people at 5 in the morning will say fuck you. She doesn't, so. We got this. Day 275. Everything. I'm in a good mood though. Then part 8.5. I have hours without the lonely. My soul's demanding. I'm praying to see. Day 55. What part 9? Because what I do is I used to do like till part 15, so that's too much. So when we're uploading everything, it is my whole day. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. So yes, part 15 means I'm doing 15 different things in one day, which is not a lot. But then for something, for someone to watch, it can be a bit, it can be a bit intimidating. I am never gonna watch 15 videos. It's the same person in one day. For this person, I got you, bro. You'll get 18 videos. Within part 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. She got 9 videos, that's 18. That's what I love to see. Abby is completely full. It's okay. It's okay, man. They exploded with it. Just open up. Crispy pizza. Crispy pizza. That's the way to go. Devera Cheeto, da Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, 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 Nera Cheeto, Devera Cheeto, Devera Cheeto, it's so big. And we have a nice little video that is 8:38. 8:38 to upload. Devera Cheeto, da Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. And then what I'm gonna do is be right back. I'm gonna take mushroom out of the fridge. And I'm gonna put some soda in the fridge. And we will wake up tonight. I got some fresh soda. Fresh or cold? Fresh or cold? Both. I'm playing to see. Look at this cherry cloud. Beautiful. freaking nice, bro. I'm pretty happy about the behind the scenes of the intro. Time is eternal. Because when you plane in existence, when you're born, time starts, and when you die, time ends. So the time that you're missing is time that was never allowed, and the time that you have was the only time that you have allocated to you. If you lived to 95, you had 95 years. If you lived to 12, you had 12 years. Now, of course, you want to have as much time as possible, but such is fate, such is destiny, such is the grand scheme of things. Everything. This morning is so nice. The small breeze, the birds are chirping, the eggs my father is cooking, also some toast. Starting to fucking love my father, but he started to give me some whole wheat. He's like, oh, it's healthier. Yeah. What else is healthy? Grass. Are we eating grass? I wonder why. They're saying very aggressive when it comes to food. So yeah, I wanted to apologize this morning to come and do an intro. Didn't have much to say, so I guess doing apologies lately has been very. Yesterday was negative, then it was more negative. You know about that? My family need drama, just they family drama. Sometimes I feel bad putting this online. I feel bad while talking about it so publicly, but in a sense, this is my cheers. Salud, droga. Cheers, something. Kampai. Yeah, so this is the only sort of place to express myself. I don't have a journal. I never had a journal. My father bought me a journal. My father also went to would go to my bedroom when I wasn't there. Go through my shit. The journal was not safe. Like, wait a second. He didn't be able to read it. No, technically he wasn't gonna be able to. Because I had the worst right possible. I was like, what the heck is this chicken feet shit? My son wrote. Is that a hi? Is that a bonjour? What is that? But I had to come up with my own ways to be discreet. Yeah, that's why I had such a bad handwriting. I wanted to be discreet. Yeah. It's not nothing to do with the fact that I didn't listen in school. Yeah. It was all a plot. A plot to bomb my own knowledge. You don't say life? No. Maybe I'm drinking monster. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. Once I give you the handle, you gotta get some crispy pizza. And they're probably telling us so. Gotta present. Gotta do an even distribution. 100%. No flapjala. Bless you. Flapjala. So I imagine every time I said flapjala, baby, this means it's gonna be a magic trick. Fun fact is, you possibly didn't hear me sneeze. So in fact, he's probably getting crazy. Crazy and just saying people you don't understand. Insanity is just people thinking out of your box of comprehension. Do some outlandish things. You hear stories about Jeffrey Dahmer. You hear all the Gacy. You hear stories about freaking. That's crazy. I was watching it like. Should I say it? Stephen King, before I even start, yeah. I was watching The Shining yesterday. Yeah. I'm cool like that, I guess. Cool like that. Oh, today I'm not gonna be able to talk. First of all, I'm tired. Second of all, I'm in a good mood for the first time in a week. Third of all, I got a whole box of Oreos in my vein. Forget about it. I'm not gonna make a lick of sense. But there's something that makes some sense because it's very important. I think it marks the end today, marks the end of your troll. I will no longer be walking the streets wishing. I would be biking. So, the announcement. That's an announcement, but hey. So you wanted variety? I give you wheels. Next time you want variety, I will give you wings, but I had figured out how hard it gets. If people want more variety, I'm gonna have to come up with teleportation, time travel. Ooh, it'll be a busy Monday. Today's Monday, by the way. No, it's not. You dummy. It's Tuesday. So yeah, so what did I talk about? Nothing important as per usual. Yeah, I was talking about how, you know, I do feel bad I'm putting all this on you again, and I'm filming this, talking about this, that I don't have anybody to talk to, I don't have, that's not true. I got people I talk to, but I don't want to bother them, which is modern, and as you maturing is understanding that people will have their own shit. Maturing is, so, when you're young, I was young, yeah, it was a long time ago, back in the VHS era. Back in the blockbuster days. If you guys don't even know what a blockbuster is, he's like busting us on a block. Not busting us on blocks. I'm going to blockbuster, getting some VSS. Not HIV, VSS. And what that is painful death. You shall be remembered and rebirth. Clicking a bunch of retry. Right? Gas Queen. Vera Chira. Bella ciao, bella. Maturing is understanding that when people used to tell you, you're not the world doesn't resolve around you. They weren't saying that you were not important. They were saying that I'm doing what shit too. And the truth is, everybody that I met online, that I know that didn't know that much, that I never talked to, saw a couple of videos from them. If they were coming to me and complaining, I'd be like, dude, there's wrong guy. Wrong guy. You know, wrong guy. I'm in this weird position. It's a very weird position. I've been using Snapchat more. It's been way too much information. I don't care. I don't care what you think, cause all this is about me. Best of us, this memories. And look at this person. We'll call her X. Okay? And X is very sweet. X is very lovable. X is very kind. X is very the best. She's very naughty. She's very pretty. You're gonna see why I'm talking about this. Too much information, disgusting, but kind of like a, And X took a couple of weeks and told me that she was in a relationship. But she told me that her husband was okay with her cheating. And I was like, oh, it was just kind of, he's gonna watch, right? And she's like, no, he just needs to know. So then, the husband added me, which is crossing boundaries. That X is hot, horny, don't care. But now is the husband, or the boyfriend, it's not him, who's constantly texting me. It's a hey, you're gonna fuck my wife. I'm like, get weird, bro. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Shut up. And then he says things like, he's telling me I'm gonna fuck my wife. So I leave him on open. And then she's gonna text me. And she said, did you say something wrong? Why doesn't he answer? So it's kind of really complex. Yeah, it's been weird. But I'm comfortable. And I don't know how to tell her. You know the famous saying, it's not you, it's me. Well, right now it's not you, it's not me, it's him. But I don't know how to say that. Yeah, you know the guy that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with? You know the guy that you're trying not with? Yeah. You know the first time we talked, you sent me a picture of you in a wedding dress? Oh yeah, that wedding. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. And I was horny. I was dick brain. I saw a picture of her in a wedding dress. And I didn't know she was married. No, it's just for fun. Oh, bro. Yeah, I'm not proud of moments. I didn't get too much information. But sometimes we'll get into it. And it's very aggressive on her part, which I love. And it's very hot and heavy, which I freaking, por favor, un poco más. And you ever heard the expression post not clarity? Is when you're needy of something, for example, right? When you're hungry, you're gonna go and eat this junk food. You're gonna be eating and eating and eating and eating and eating, and after that you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I finished a whole pizza. I can't believe I did a tonka jahari. If you know, you know. If you don't know, doesn't know. He doesn't know what tonka jahari is. Yeah, I know. I have a nice shift, bro. This guy disappointed. I'm understanding, forgiving, but at the same time, bro, not your proudest moment, right? I took a tonka jahari. Of course, I didn't order a pizza for myself, but I'll take it. Yeah, and what was I saying? Oh, yeah, perfect clarity. And then last time we did, it's really good. She has a body, man. Oof, tattoo, blue-eyed brunette. Ex, te amo. Te amo pero una noche. I love you for a night. I'm gonna get the husband in the background and say, hey, you got stuff. Yeah. I want to get you I want to get you something funny. I want to get you something funny for your birthday. Something funny for your birthday. It's not your birthday, it doesn't matter. It's somebody's birthday somewhere in the world. Happy birthday, by the way. Bro, sis, kid, unk. I can't call unk people call unk anymore because I'm becoming unk. But I'm not the uncle you want to see at your party. I'm the guy who get drunk on energy drinks. Ask if he can take leftovers home. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him, you mind if I get back? And they're like, we don't have plates for it. So don't worry, I got it. Tell the uncle, I'm the uncle that brought his own doggy bag in the hope that it was a doggy bag. And it's just been used. Right? So yeah, I'm not gonna uncle. I was doing this. That's me, bro. That's me with Mrs. X.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Just when I thought I was out,
You know what you're doing, Mrs. X? You're pulling me back in. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool, bro. And yes, you get the bro thing. You get the bro because your husband made me uncomfortable. And he ain't my bro. So somebody's gonna be my bro. I said, hey, him? I gotta be my own bro. Trust me, I tried. I'll get out of here. Trust me, I tried to be my own bro. But, yeah. How did I know there's something like that? I never watched The Godfather. I read The Godfather. Read books. The Soprano did it. The Soprano did it. What is the best The Godfather reference in The Soprano? Tony got it. I was gonna do a voice now. Tony gets a bag of orange. Tony gets a orange juice. Goes to his car, gets shot. In the movie, Don Corleone orders a bag of orange, a bit more healthy. And we told him I would have loved if he had his handful. One hand is the orange juice, the other hand the gabagool. The gabagool. And I was watching yesterday, I was watching 2 days ago. I was watching 2 days ago. I was watching 2 days, so I didn't watch it to Soprano because I was way too young. My father was like, I don't like how socially they portray a culture. He didn't say that. Is he go play outside? My father used to say, my father used to say, true story, my father used to say, there's nothing on TV. My father used to say, there's nothing on TV. You can't find it outside. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm watching Pokemon. That shit ain't outside. Trust me, I tried. I tried to find Pokemon. And I looked. I looked and looked and looked. One day, another story with my father. One day, this is a true story too. I was possibly like 11 years old. I say 11 o'clock. I swear to God, it's a true story. There was this campsite, and we would go places, and it was set up the tent. And I was steering to the tent, so like, yeah, screw you guys, I'm out of here. So I went out, and I followed like the trail. What you would do, this is the easiest way to do it. So what you do is you follow a trail. No, just leave me alone. I don't want you to. You guys need to leave a review. And I said no. I said no because I already gave you 9 reviews. There's gonna be some time where I'm like, hey, don't be greedy, mister. Don't be greedy, mister. Don't be greedy, mister. Vera ciao, vera ciao, vera ciao, 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 vera ciao, detachanado. So the easiest thing to do is you follow a trail. This is why back in the days people used to say you're gonna go up the river. You do it, you find the river, and you go up and down, and that's what you're looking for, right? So I followed the ocean because that's my point of view. That's my point of, and I went far. I went like an hour away. I was playing games, so I was like chilling, playing games with my brain, right? Imagination. I was raised with SpongeBob, bro. I had a good childhood, you know. And I went far. I went to places where there were houses. and it's their backyard. There's like no separation between the camp. Well, there's a separation which is distance, but there's a guy. He said, "Hey, are you lost?" And he said, "I got him fresh lemonade inside if you want." And I'm like, "Oh hell nah, bro. Oh hell nah, bro. I know you ain't got no lemonade. I know you ain't got no lemonade, bro." So I go back in and go back to the campsite and getting into a little trouble. We've been looking for you. Where were you? And then my brain, I was like, my brain, again, I'm 11 years old, okay? In my brain, I'm like, I've missed lemonade for this. Oh hell no! I want to go back. Imagine, is still lemonade? Lost. 11 years old, boy, lost. Yeah. My father was a great dad. He was a hard believer in teaching lessons the old school way. So at school, if I bit somebody, he would bit me. He would bit me. He would bit me. And he used to think that I put too much salt. And he used to say, what? My father was cheap. I'm also cheap, it doesn't matter. My father used to say, salt doesn't grow on trees. No, it grows in the cave, bro. Duh. And one time, he's like, "Oh yeah, you want some salt? Give me your plate." I'm young. I don't remember what age I was. I was like, "Hey, okay, Dad." He puts salt. He puts a lot of it. He says, you better finish your plates." And then that was a piece of shit. Because when I was young, it's a true story. I would be walking, and I'd pick up the rock salt they put in the alleyways for the ice to melt, and I'd put my mouth. I just like salty things, right? I don't know why I did that. My father said the school called my father's. They call my father. My father's in an S. I had 2 dads. Surprise. They call my dad. They're like, "Your son is." They call my dad and they said, "Your son is eating the salt of the floor." My father answer was, "I'm on my way." And he goes to school. They said, "Okay, what's the problem?" He said, "We told you on the phone." He said, "Okay." And then one time, give me the salt. The next day at school, I'm puking a storm because my body's not feeling good. And the teacher said, "Oh my God, are you okay? What's going on?" And I told her, and I still remember that I was like 8 years old. I still remember that. I ate too much salt. That was me. A better story than that's a better story. Again. So I had this teacher, she was insane, bro. That's something more serious though. This teacher was my very first betrayal. It was my very first betrayal. It was insane. She was fucked up. She was fucked in the head. I'm sorry, but she was fucked up. Like, the woman is a psychopath. When I was young, I didn't sit straight. I was hyperactive, so I didn't sit straight. And then what she would do is she would say things like, and something really bad happened. Like, my father was gone from this was the first time my father was gone without me. So I missed him. I wore his hat at school. The teacher said, "Okay, well, this hat is mine." I came back home crying to my mom. My mom said, what can I do? Right? And I would go, and I would sit down badly. She's like, "Stefan, I warned you yesterday. Now, your punishment is that you're going to spend the whole day going up. Going up." I was in 5th grade. So I was 10 years old. 9 or 10. You know it's bad when the other nines are 10 years old. I said, the teacher, can you sit down? Because I was struggling, bro. I was struggling. My father was gone for a week, but he was gone to, if I'm not wrong, he was gone to California, but I'm not 100% sure. I think he was going to LA or something like that. Oh no. And then my mom said, "Shit, whatever you say, you know your dad, do not tell him about that. I'm gonna go crazy." I said, "Okay, mom. Okay, mom, no problem." There's a teacher, there's a parent-teacher meeting because I swear that I wish it was a true story. I wish this was a fake story. The guy comes in, my father comes in. He said what happened, he was gone. And the parents and teacher sat down, she presented herself, she talked about her plan. And then she said, is there any question? So people around are saying, it's people around, I'm gonna talk about that with my father when I go see him. We'll see it's a true story. My father, the parent says, is it true that one of the kids is spending his whole days standing up? The teacher said, the teacher said something along the lines of, I apologize, I warned the kid multiple times. He doesn't listen, so I had to raise the stakes. Right? And then then she changed subject. And then the parents, because the kid were telling their parents, like, she's insane. And then another parent said, let's come back to the kid. The truth that, and then the worst thing happened. He said, is it true that Stefan is standing up the whole, why is Stefan standing up the whole day? My kid said that he's standing up the whole week. My father fucking go red. It's like, wait, are you talking about my son? And she's like, yeah, that's you knew. So then my father gave her shit. That teacher, so my father calls, he calls the direction. He's like, dude, this girl is fucking ahead. I want retribution, I want vendetta, I want vengeance. Didn't use a peculiar term, but you know, he said I wanted fire. So then she came in the class one day and she said, okay, students, today we're doing a little bit of an exercise, right? What we're gonna do is you're gonna tell me what you think are valuable punishment. So for one punishment, one warning, 2 warnings, I wrote some bullshit. I wrote death, I wrote poison, right? I wrote whiplash. Yeah, I wrote some fucking stuff. Because I thought it was not serious. I was like, ain't no way this is for reals. Just an exercise, right? Just to make us work our imagination, and well, then she used it. She used it against us. She used it, okay, well, you guys said that, you guys said that, you guys said that. And then if you complain about it being too strict, like, well, you guys chose it. She would wear those cleavage, like really big cleavage. Yeah, she had a generous top size. And when she would talk to us, she would bend over the desk. And then she complained to my dad, like, hey, your son is looking at my tits. Huh? And my father said, is that true? I said, I don't really have a choice in my face. And my father said, don't get cut. Yeah. I was like, hey, is that trying to what? Kids. Yes, I'm talking about the lack of confidence. My father said something like, don't get cut in the chain next time. Try. Don't get cut. Try. Don't get cut. Because I know the tube is hard. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she got fired. And she got fired, but it took like a whole year. Was she you know the thing that's the saddest thing. Because even if she was like super like strict, I was 10 years old. There's nothing that she can do to me that I will remember. There's nothing that she did to me that I will remember today. There's no lasting trauma. I laugh about it today. Laugh about it today. You know? Wait, you know the story with the salt? My father kept the letter. Yeah. Yeah. And he made me read it like not too long ago. I want you to realize. Wait. He said, I want you to realize what you put you. Wait. He said, I want you to realize what you put your mom and I through. Whoa. Your friend eats salt. What a gangster. What a criminal. Bro, that he started attacking others too. He eats salt. Yeah. And I was laughing when I was reading the letter. He said, it's not fun because it made your mom cry. Like, what the fuck? My mom cries at everything. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So yeah, so there was nothing she could do that could hurt me, you know? And when you get older, you laugh about it, but because of that, I'm not able to tell you like, oh, she was a good teacher, or she wasn't a good teacher, because I don't remember, to be honest. I don't remember her. I'm not gonna say her name. It's slender, but you know who you are. And they're in a small town, so a lot of times I'm gonna see some of my teachers. Yeah, this is a crazy story. I had a French teacher, and she was very conservative at school, right? She was very conservative. She was very, very conservative. And a good teacher. She was a good teacher. She was actually nice. She was actually really kind. And what happened was, she came to she was in a small town, so she was part of a sort of a king club, yeah. And a student recognized her. And this place was known. This place was known to have like low holes and shit like that. Yeah. And whenever you saw her outside, she was wearing like, it wasn't necessarily corset, but it was corset-ish. Yeah, it was sort of like a tube top without the I don't know what you call it. Yeah. And she was slut-shamed. That was before like, the OnlyFans and stuff like that. So I had a teacher who would have been shamed for having an OnlyFans, which is insane. Also, a bit about teacher with OnlyFans, it depends. Like if you're proud about it, and if nobody knows about it, like it's not like, oh, hey, I have an OnlyFans, check it out, kids. I don't think it matters. If you get caught, well, that's your private life, right? Technically speaking, okay, that's important. Every single thing that you put behind a paywall is considered private. Everything that you put out for free is public, and a paywall is private. What you do in the privacy of your own, it's up to you. So, as long as it's not like publicized, as long as, for example, there's okay, I'm going to take the worst example possible. Let's take someone like Bonnie Lee, who there's like 400 bodies. She's like with 400 different guys, right? Like if she was the teacher of my kids, I'd be like, bro, you know. But yeah. Otherwise, I don't know. Why is it bad? Because it's so public. It's so. For example, there's right really big celebrities. There's girl and publicizing their OnlyFans. Every single videos that they do is promoting it. Every single mention that they're doing it has to do with that. That's their main source of income. That's their main job. It's in their description. It's an adult performer, right? Versus, hey, I'm not on the side. It's to pay the bills. I have a friend. She does it, and well, first of all, it's for fun. She's a really shy. Well, she was a really shy girl. She's not anymore. She's a really shy girl, and the girl is going to school, and she's working at a mechanic. It's not really a mechanic, but she works at a garage. So she'll do like buffers, and she'll do like oil changes. She does it just a little bit, you know. She'll post like a video a week or 2 videos a week. I don't know. She's not really my type. She's cute, but she's I'm gonna put this. She's very pale and frail. Yeah. She's very pale and frail. I'm gonna go to be a bit tan, but I can go to have a little bit of curve, you know? And yeah, so she does it just have fun. And she has fun. You know? And I pay for her. She told me how much she was making per month. She was bragging about it. She got drunk. She texted me like, dude, we'll never believe how much I made this month. Okay, how much? And I think she told me something around like, I think it was like 700 or 800 a month. You take that for reals. Some people are doing it 10,000, 100,000. What's insane, I was reading a story about it. There's a girl, she's dating young Gravy. I think Abby something, and her tape got leaked like recently. And she's so popular that she can do a video in months, right? And still get some cash, like a lot of cash flow. Which I think is kind of crazy, but I think it's kind of cool because, hey, if you're gonna make it, if you're gonna try to make a bag, make a bag. If you do it for fun, do it for fun. If you're trying to make it back, make it back. There's this other girl, because of course I'm on Twitter. I have never paid for OnlyFans. I have never paid for that. I have never paid for that. I'm not gonna pay for something I can get for free, you know. And but I'm following this person on, and they're really attractive. They're really attractive. But when you actually look at their profile, because they're posting a lot of the same like pictures and videos, and when you look at it, it's like, okay, you've been reposting the stuff that you're not posting. Like for example, I think it was like this week, maybe last week, she reposted a video or a picture that she took in 2023. Like, you know that your body changed, you know that your age, like 2 years is huge. 2 years is huge. And you realize that there's no new content. But then again, I was following this girl, and what she did was really cool. She was like, also very like, she took her retirement young, I think she was like 25 or something. And she made that, she was very attractive. Very attractive, very attractive. Fucking made up though, because tits got redone, ass got redone. And she retired. She said, hey, I'm stepping down. I don't need to do this anymore. And not that I dislike it, but I dislike people doing it. And I'm ashamed of having done it. But I don't need to do it anymore, so there you go. And oops, shit, I fucked up. I fucked up again. Actually, not so much. Actually, I turn tragedy into melody. It's a perpetual meaning. It comes so naturally. It just wasn't casually. That's why they call me king of the music scene. Ta-ta-ta-ta. And what she did was she got out of retirement. She's like, hey, I know I said I was gonna need, I didn't need to do it anymore. But this is really cool foundation. I want to support, which is I think it was Mira Dog. The Mira Dog is for blind people. And all guess I'm gonna do with this is gonna go for this. And what she was doing is she said I'll drop in new videos every week for a month. And you'll get like a year of subscription for a special price. And the rest of the year you can watch my old stuff. And then again, what I have a problem with regarding that is, for example, right? There's I thought of a horror story about that. Like of a younger girl getting used to it. Like, I'm gonna say something outrageous, and again, it's not, oh, I feel freaking great, bro. I'm not trying to pull. People were talking about, like, back in the days, Team 10, with Jake Paul, talking about the outrageous like contract and outrageous like really tough stuff, right? And it's really bad and like there was no it was not sexual exploitation, right? Now there's such a thing as a career which is OnlyFans model manager, which is basically a pimp. Sorry to say that, but it's basically a pimp. And some of those contracts are disgusting. And you get a young girl, which is like freshly 18, who doesn't know much about like finance or value or doesn't know much about the value. Like, and then what she does is she's stuck in one of the most famous case. She's gonna show you. Most of the most famous cases. It's a crazy story. This is insane. Jean-Claude Van Damme, tragic, tragic contract. Right, let's go. Perfect. Okay, so basically what the guy, it's gonna be like a lot of reading. Yeah. So, legit, the guy was a superstar. And he got offered like a really, really sweet deal. Like a really sweet deal because he was everywhere. And they're saying, hey, we're gonna book you for like 30 movies. But he signed like a contract of exclusivity. And he had to do 30 movies with them. And it took so much time to do 30 movies, first of all. Second of all, it was a lot of inflation, so the once very generous paycheck, we're not that generous anymore. Jean-Claude Van Damme, most contract mistakes occurred in 1994. Following a massive success with Time Cops, Universal Studios offered him a 3-picture deal worth 12 million per movies. They had offered demanding 20 million per picture. The majority of this 36 million deal are beginning of a rapid professional decline due to erratic behavior and substance abuse. Yeah, that I didn't know. Maybe he's not a victim after all. For a deeper look, okay, aside from his career-defining contract rejection, several other Chris lawsuit, martial art expert filed breach of contract lawsuit. It looks like there's a producer share profits from his, okay. Hold on, I do the dragon, the outcome, human trafficking, disgusting. Yeah, human trafficking, no thank you. Yeah, disgusting. But it's tough. Like one of them, speaking about fighters, one of my heroes was GSP. Because one of the most popular fighter, and he was like a legend in MMA. He was also French Canadian. So, and the craziest thing about that guy is he was a normal kid. Like the place he used to go to, the restaurant he used to go to, you can still go today, and they're very popular. He used to go to Orange Lip. Orange Lip is still very good, still very working, but it's expensive as fuck. You're like, you'll give like a $12 hot dog, so forget about it. But him, it took him years to shake off the fact that he wasn't a fighter anymore. It took him years to go back to the public scene and be like, hey, but he's still beloved, he's still, still a hero. So yeah, so the contract manager, some of those deals are discussing, some of those deals are exploitative, right? And because you sign it, you're contractually obligated to it, right? You cannot have like a lawyer look at the contract that you signed 2 years ago and say, hey, I would like the contract. No, you sign your contract, and if you're coming out of it, it's a breach of contract, right? So it doesn't look too good. Some of those girls are afraid that if they breach contract, nobody's gonna hire them anymore. There's just real fear, So it's tough. Okay, well, what do I do? What do I do? I'm stuck here. I'm stuck here doing the same thing at the same time, So it's really tough. And you don't want to be in that position, A lot of people are asking me like, dude, like, aren't you worried? A lot of people are asking me like, don't you care that there's real people in your life? How are you making money? And I'm like, don't worry about money, bro. I'd rather do something that I love and make nothing than do something that I don't like and make money. Like, there's some content creator. I was watching this guy. I think it was like Tofu or something. I don't remember the name. This guy was making content that clearly was like rage baiting. He wasn't happy. I was also watching Bookie298. Used to be a legend. He used to be making stacks on YouTube, and now he has a following race and nobody cares anymore. Now he has to do videos where he constantly begs. I saw a video yesterday of DSP. DSP, you guys know that I've been watching a lot of the tractor stuff from him. Not my favorite guy. It's not my least favorite guy also. It's just funny that I don't really care about. But apart from that, he made a video, and my dude, I'm pretty sure he's on medication. I'm not gonna say the name of the medication because then again, slandering. But my dude doesn't look good. My dude looks unhealthy. He looks sick. He looks like wax. He looks not too good. And he did that choice, and there's no going back. You know? Some people, one of the, I don't want to say whom, but one of the Osborne, seen her recently, and oof. You see people like abuse certain medication that you can get yourself, and there's no research on the long term effect of it. There's no research on how you look. You look sickly, you know. You look sickly, and just some sad stuff. But then there's the thing of beauty. There's a standard of beauty, right? Beauty standards, universal beauty standards. And the beauty standard is to be skinny. You can't be skinny, and you have to resort to certain substances or some medication. Because if I say substance, people will think I'm talking about drugs. I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about the old Zempi. The old Zempi. And yeah, and you just get sick, and it's not health. It's not. It's not. And that sucks. Because I don't know if they're coming back from that. I don't know if they're come back from that. I don't know. That's seriously stuff. Like DSP, not looking dude. He was wearing pants, and they were a bit tighter than what a person should be wearing, right? And a lot of the expos are like, dude, this is clearly the outline of a diaper. And then because it's social media and people are bored or something, there's a lot of researchers on why it could be wearing diapers. And apparently, I don't know if it's the truth, but apparently, like, because he's an ex-alcoholic, his kidneys are fucked up, so his digestive system suffers from that, and it's possibly a result of that. But wearing diapers is not a good look at 45. That's not a good look. But I was watching one of his interviews. Did an interview not too long ago. He said he made content at 26. So making content at 28. So that's kind of cool. So yeah. Now I'm seeing the time I'm gonna have to go because I have to do the talk and I have to do movie talk. I also have to do anime talk. But yeah, like I said, sorry about sometime going into too much details into talking about personal life. I just don't have an outlet, and I just don't have people I'm willing to talk about too, you know. There's health. I'm not gonna talk about. Hey, my mom told me what to tell to a dude that I want to have an interview with. Stupid. It's such a first world problem that affects me, you know. And I feel guilty if I trauma talk about something. And if you're trauma dumping is different person per person. Something that that you can see as inoffensive. For me, it's trauma dumping, and something that you can see for you as being trauma dumping could be for you inoffensive. You know? Inoffensive or harmless. Inoffensive is in French. Harmless. So sorry if I'm doing that. And I know something should be private and Trust me, if I could, I would. I don't like fighting on camera. I don't like fighting at all, to be honest. If I could avoid it, I could, and it sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. You know? It really, really sucks. Oh, baby. Enough story, but that's okay though. That's okay though. That is more than okay though. I know I got a big ego. I really don't care though. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. I know I got a big ego. Really don't care why it's such a big deal though. Won't be long. Won't be long. Won't be long. Hey soul sister, ain't no way, no, the stereo, radio, that's way this under the stereo. Hey soul sister, ain't nothing you can do. Tonight, yeah, yeah, yeah. Your lipstick staying on the cover of my vein. I knew I wouldn't forget you, and so I had to run to blow your mind. You're so lovable. I believe in you like a plumber from Madonna. Blow your mind. Hey, soul sister, ain't nothing on the stereo. The radio, no, the stereo. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. Yeah. Like for example, this famous clip about Speed, where his mom, he celebrates 10,000. I think it's 10,000 followers. I think, I'm not sure, but it was a big milestone. 50% batteries, shit. And he talks to his mom. Hey mom, I reached this amount. His mom's just like, I don't care. And you feel bad for the guy. You do feel bad for him. Because that's not a way to teach your kid. It's not a way to you know. So, once like that, you definitely don't want to have publicized because nobody comes out victorious. You make a person look bad, you make yourself look like a victim, but it's not control. I don't purposely make fight. I don't, I'll see confrontation. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. I gotta go. Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to the show. Okay, wow. Because having a fantastic day. Welcome to day 277 of Project Vendetta. Today we're doing a little bit of an anime review, but it's only one anime. So there's not a lot, right? But I don't think there needs to be a lot, right? Sometimes shorter is better. Good. Everything is uploaded. This is insane. When you think that nothing is uploading, but everything is, such a blessing. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the name of the anime is. I possibly should have looked that up, right? But I messed up. So, did I figure it out right now? An ordinary man saves a mysterious girl in a dungeon. Why did I not look at that before? Because I haven't stopped since. There you go. Nerdy boy.
I woke up and suddenly I was.
The book is why I'm still alive, adorable. The Power Ranger team. What was that first scene? Sure, and it's shameful. Called. The name is of this adventure is an adventure daily right at 29. Okay, that's amazing. Yeah, at 29 years old. Super cool. So, it's this anime. There you go. Is this one?
A veteran adventurer.
Oops. Is this one? Shout out to Free Nim stuff.
Can I say
A veteran adventurer.
Okay, there's no. It's not gonna work. It's okay. But basically, the story is fantastic, and I gotta say, it was such a good watch. So it's an anime of a dude that is so the way it starts, is you show him as a kid, the main character as a kid. So the main character is complex because the main character is either the young girl, or the mysterious girl he saved, or is the veteran hero. So it's basically a kid, right? And he struggles. He's hungry. He's broke, and he says, "I'm gonna become the strongest. I'll never be hungry again." And then you see him as sort of as older. He's an adventurer in the boondocks, and he has some popularity. The anime does a really good job at presenting him. He goes like, so that they're super thankful, like, "Oh, you're so kind to help us in a place like that," and you know, it's kind of cool because you establish him as not only being a good guy, but also being super strong because he alone is able to help the village immensely, right? This story is fantastic. The first episode, he goes to a dungeon, he saves a girl. The girl becomes sort of his apprentice, right? And he trains her. So this is really cool because the anime presents itself as the young, I say young girl, she's not a young girl. She's succubus, which is an older race in the anime. And like when it's day, she transforms into like this kid, right? And he's teaching her. So the way he presents this anime is actually really cool. So you got this guy that you don't really know. He doesn't have anything special. He's not that special guy, but he's teaching the young girl. He's teaching the young girl to fight. So you basically have the rise to greatness, right? You have this adventure that starts, and it's just like an RPG. So there's rank, there's classes. It is super nice, and the whole story is from zero to hero. So the young girl from being able to kill slime, and where I am, she's killing like bears, which are a lot stronger, you know. So the anime itself isn't the greatest anime I've ever seen. The graphics are good, the storytelling is good, the character is attaching, but there's nothing groundbreaking. It's not a like on Titan. It's not a Bleach or Naruto, but I do think the concept of having a main character teach another character that is super likable and super attaching. So I'm gonna be honest, the main character is, yes, he's cool, you get to like him, but he isn't the coolest character. He's not the most interesting character. He's pretty not, I wouldn't say average per se, but he's pretty run of the mill, right? When that you have a guy like that teach a student, you get the student succeed. Actually quite nice. It's actually super nice, and it's very likable. And then the anime itself, why it shines is because you see that he showed as a kid, and that's why he's helping the kid. Where the anime shine is, there's also like a lot of quests. For example, he has to help people. Oops, battery is empty. Shit, battery is empty. Okay. Go inside. Lipstick staying on the cover of me last year. I knew I wouldn't forget you, and so I have to let go your mind. Yeah, and guess we're gonna go inside because I don't have a lot of batteries left. You so low. Unlike you, I believe in you. Like an unknown Nevada, blow your mind. Hey, soul sister. Ain't no way, no. Stereo, radio, the way you want it. Radio, hey, soul sister. I don't know the thing you do tonight. Yeah, 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 yeah. There you go. Perfect. Let's go inside. Yeah, yeah. Whew. Oh. There we go.
If you do that, if you do
Man, whatever. If I'm with you and my nigga, don't.
Anybody good? I'm chilling.
Tit. Good. Ooh. Yeah. Mm-mm. I don't know what they count. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No. La.
A veteran adventurer.
Jake Peralta. No doubt. Cool, no doubt.
Detective?
So, how was your night of work? I'm not asking about your personal life. I don't care about you personally. I mean, I'm neutral. I mean, who are you?
Floundering is worse than silence.
Oh, cool. Cool. No doubt. Sir?
Detective?
So, how was your night of work? I'm not asking about you.
No doubt.
Very cool.
Once upon a time, there was a big spaceship and aliens and mercenaries and war and betrayal and romance and karate and credits. The end. We should write a screenplay together. Cool.
Every time we get emotional, he's like,
Noise. Smart.
Nice. Smart. Rule number 2. Smart.
every time we get
Go.
So while I'm gone.
Go.
The place on the corner is serving lemonade. NYPD, I need to commandeer this vehicle.
Our body cam footage with.
I'm here. Start the meeting now. I'm telling you, this machine is. Sarge, I'm not scared of heights, okay?
I'll just act like you. Say something so I can get the cadence of your voice down.
I will not.
Perfect. I will not.
Have a seat, detective.
I will not.
Excuse me?
I don't have a lot of time. I need your full signed confession. We have 4 minutes. We can do this.
But I'm not guilty.
Walter, I got it from here.
All right, fine. I'll just go then. With this fully signed confession, we did it, guys! Woo! Suck it, Vulture!
I killed that guy and his neighbor, but you were too late!
Woo! Wait, you killed his neighbor?
Security cam shows male suspect 5'9".
Wearing a black ski mask. He bypassed the McConnell alarm by using the magnetic kill switch.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you know?
I'm a detective. That's what I do. I'm just kidding. I need a lot more information, but that would have been a great exit line, right?
Cool.
Another cold brew? Get it! Yeah! Very cool.
Cool. I want it that way. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
So, do you recognize any of these men?
I was hiding in the bathroom stall, so I didn't see his face, but I heard him. He was singing along to the music at the bar.
Do you remember what he was singing?
I think it was that song, I Want It That Way.
Backstreet Boys, I'm familiar. Okay. Number one, could you please sing the opening to I Want It That Way?
Really? Okay. You are
Huh, beautiful voice.
my
Fire, my one
Number two, keep it going.
the one
desire.
Number three.
Believe
And I say
Number four.
I want it that way.
Tell me why.
Nothing but a heartache.
Tell
me why. Nothing but a mistake. Number 5.
I never wanna
Hear you say it. I want it that way. Yeah, it was number 5.
Chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part. So, do you recognize
Beautiful.
any of these men?
I was hiding in the bathroom stall, so I didn't see his face, but I heard
I heard him saying, okay, let's go. More work, Inchi. Let's freaking go, baby. Fuck you gonna do about it? More work. You are my fire, the one desire. Believe when I say that I want it that way. Tell me, why aren't you charging? ¿Por qué? No te reclamo. Pero no eres normal. Don't blink, it's your boy Yank. Welcome to the show, because we are having a fantastic freaking day on this fantastic freaking day 278. Let's not go crazy here, but it would be nice. It would be cool. No doubt. Today we're doing a movie review. I got an hour and a half before I got to go to my father, but I'm having my bike, so it'll take 5 minutes to go there, which means that I can stay home for a lot longer and possibly not a couple times. Too much information, okay? That made it awkward. We're 43 seconds in, okay? Okay, time to save the day. It's very hot, warm in the apartment. I might have to put the AC on. So today we have a plethora of movie. Some people call it an orgy. I'm more classy. The plethora of movie is actually really recommendable. We are talking about Underworld Evolution. We're talking about The Shining. We're talking about what else? We're talking about Monster Hunter, and we're talking about Survival of the Dead. So you know what? We're gonna go in opposite order. So which doesn't really work with can't go in the right order. It would been cool to do that because it would have been different, but since I do that, since I did watch Underworld 1 and 2, gonna do the 2 and the first one after. So Underworld. Gonna say I'm familiar with the Underworld franchise, but not in a good way. So the Underworld franchise were presented on TV way too often. You guys know the movie that you see too often on cable, and you see like, oh, they always replaying that. Yeah, there's a lot of flies in the apartment because I keep on having these, leaving them open, so it brings in the cockroaches of the sky. No, flies are actually pretty clean. And underrated, I guess, or some reason. Great movie, by the way. So with Underworld, it wasn't the first movie, it was the second movie. So I'm like, I'm seeing this movie a ton of time, but I literally have no clue what it is, right? So we're going to the first one. The first one, you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna do with a double. We're gonna go with a double review at the same time. I want to do things different. This is how I do it. So yes, we can go. So Underworld. The first one was better than the second one. Why was the second one a bit worse? The first one was perfectly written. The lore is explained perfectly. The scenes are played perfectly. It's a bit cringe. It's a bit poorly made, but it's actually a really good movie. The second one, which is the one we're talking about right now, Suffer. You might ask me, suffer from what? Great question. The second one suffer from a bunch of things. So the first one is good as a standalone. There's a story, there's an ending, there's lore, and you realize that you can have the whole series in one movie. The second one is also good, but you kind of retcon another thing that the first one said. If it was like a 7 movies, and at the fourth, you know what we said in the first one? Yeah, we reckon that. I don't mind. But this is the second movie, so you're retconning the previous movie, which is not good. The second movie act as a perfect sort of okay. So technically speaking, the first movie is a standalone. The second movie, you talk about a lot of hybrids, right? And then the third one is what? The third one is Blood War. Wait a second, I'm gonna tell you the title exactly. But the second one serves as an introduction to everything. So, for example, if it wasn't for the second one, it would be hard to put it. In the second one, is that to say like there's gonna be multiple movies, and there's 5 movies, so that's actually pretty good. Underworld film. There's Rise of the Lycan, Awakening, Blood Wars. You see, there's 5 of them. So let's talk about the story wise. The first one is the story of what? The first one is the story of a clan of vampire, and they're actively fighting Lycans. So we know that Lycans are the enemies, and yes, that's the whole story, right? So it's basically a war between vampires and Lycan. Vampires are the good guys. Even in this movie, what is really cool is they create sort of a synthetic blood, so they're not using the blood, right? Then the whole story is that, and this is beautiful. I'm telling you, the first one is so well written. I watched The Shining yesterday, which is a cult classic, and I thought Underworld was better written. I cannot wait to go into The Shining. It's gonna be a great video. So like I was saying, there's a ton of great stuff, and Underworld. So you go to the base, right? And in the base. So the first one, they're chasing a human, and they're going to a specific place, right? And then our main character, which is Celine, which is a baddie. Celine to me feels like a Resident Evil character. So the whole movie sort of is bad and cringe in a Resident Evil way. So very enjoyable, but still cringe. So she's very like I wouldn't say Jill Valentine. I would say who is the main character in Resident Evil is Alice. So she is sort of like an Alice. She's sort of a Lara Croft. She's a baddie. She is a baddie, right? So she goes in and she's like, hey, there's actual Lycans there. there's possibly, because okay, so technically speaking, what happened is there was a war. The vampire won that war, and they're saying that the lichens are almost extinct. But now we're finding that no, the lichens are not almost extinct. There's a lot of them. Well, it's complex. It's complex because the lichen, they said exactly how much there is. There's possibly like 100 or 200 left, which is not a lot. But the vampire, we don't know how many there are. So you're like, okay, well, is there more lichen or more vampire? You would think that there's more vampire because the lichens are almost extinct, but it's not clear, right? So then, the first movie, what it does also very well, explains a lot of the rules, which is great. So then, the whole Covenant, which is what you call a group of vampire, it doesn't believe the main characters. Like, dude, you're insane. The lichens are extinct. We don't have nothing to worry about. It's time to party, right? And what is the coolest thing is there's gonna be an elder. So there's 3 elders. There's Marcus, there is Victor, and the third one is not mentioned. So our main character is sort of like a daughter to one of the elder. Sorry, I'm getting myself comfy because it's a bit hot in the apartment, and I'm wearing joggings, so it's a bit hot. But I did as I roll up the sleeve. So Victor happens to be one of the elder. He really likes the main character, and he's like, okay, well, I'm going to protect you. Whatever happened, because technically speaking, what she wants is she wants to go to kill the Lycan, because they're posing a threat, right? So then, what is cool here is you also are seeing the Coven. You're also seeing the Lycan, what they're doing. And they're after a specific guy. So they're going after a specific human, they're going after humans, and there's a name, which is, I don't remember the name exactly, but let's call him Convinctus, right? And they're like, okay, well, we're looking for that bloodline. And you don't know why they're looking for that bloodline, but they're looking for that specific human. So then she revives Victor, and then by doing that, she breaks the rule. So breaking the rule, why? Because there's 3 elder. Again, every single one has a turn to reign. So that way it's fair, and that way they get to slumber, right? So she revived the wrong elder, which means that he wasn't supposed to be reigning, and that breaks the rule. So there's this guy which is Craven, and Craven is sort of the villain. He sort of is the villain, but he's not. He's actually super interesting. He sort of is the villain, right? But he's just a survivalist. He's sort of the character which is, in Matrix, the guy who betrays them? Kind of like that, right? So, he goes in, and this is actually really cool, because she wakes up Victor, and the second she wakes up Victor, this guy's no longer in charge. Victor's in charge. Victor is having Celine's back. She's gonna get punished because she broke the rule, but she still is like a daughter to him, so he's gonna protect her. He's gonna try to protect her, right? So then they explore, they go find Michael. So Celine goes find Michael, and they're like, why are they after you? So then they go to his apartment. Michael gets jumped by 5 Lycan. The Lycans bite him, which makes him a Lycan. So she brings him in and gives him blood, so he's healed, right? But he's still gonna become a Lycan. Then she realizes that he's bitten, and she's like, okay, well, you're the werewolf here. That's breaking all the rules. So that's why. And she falls in love with him. She's like, I can't kill him. I love him. So then, because she's gonna kill him, they decide to kill her, right? So then, because of, and this is really cool, because Victor is revived, the 5 elders, or the 5 clan of vampires, are meeting up, right? So one of the elder is Amelia. That was the name that I was looking for. Amelia was the name. And that was the 3rd elder. And they're coming in, right? So, long story short, once again, the main vampire is, he takes the blood of Michael, which is the descendants of Covinctus, which is what the Lycans are looking for. He takes the blood, he's able to do tests, and they say, okay, well, successful. So you don't know what they're doing, but his blood's a match. So you don't know what's a match for, but you know it's a match. Like, okay, well, something is going on. So then, I'm going very in details because the movie is so good. The movie is so good. Don't worry, I'm not gonna go into details for the second one, right? So it's sort of super cool. So then what happened is the actually a really good story. What happened is Michael he transformed. They're able to save him. So what they do is they capture the doctor, which is in charge of everything, and you realize that Craven, which is the guy, is a traitor, and the lichens are really there. So the reason as to why he's a traitor is he said that he killed one of the main werewolves, and the way the story is done is so perfectly made. It makes you think that, wow, this shit is amazing. This shit is so good. So what happened is, by biting Michael, Michael gets memories of the older lichen, and he keeps seeing this vision which he doesn't explain. We don't know why, and basically the guy who bit Michael is supposed to be dead, and Craven said he killed him. This guy is the leader of the lichen. He has a very good bloodline, so he's very strong, and he's hard to beat, right? So then, you realize that Craven betrayed everybody, and Craven is like, dude, these vampires don't do anything for me, right? If I have to align myself with it, with the winning part, or if I want somebody to win and want the lichen to win, that's not the truth. The truth is, you realize at the end that Michael's a piece of shit. That Michael is a piece of shit that did some horrible stuff. So, for example, we learn why Celine loves him so much, because it's her family got killed by a vampire, and he couldn't do it. And he's like, okay, well, guess what? I'm gonna make you a vampire, and you'll be No, I'm so sorry. Her family got killed by a vampire. He saved her. It's like, you know what? Your family's dead, but we're gonna make you a vampire. You're gonna be your family now. But he realized, no, that's not the truth. The truth is, Victor was the one that killed her family. And Craven saw that. And Craven was able to see, like, okay, well, this is kind of fucked up. This is kind of fucked up because I don't like what's going on. I don't like this one bit, right? So Craven's like, Victor's not a good ruler. And, yeah, fuck him. He's tired of doing the dirty work, and he gets no respect. He's high grading in the vampire, but he's still the bitch boy. So then Victor gets, we learn that Victor betrays Celine, so Celine wants to kill Victor. We learn that Craven, by not killing the werewolf, we're able to learn their true story. The true story was that werewolf was nothing special. That werewolf fell in love with a vampire. They were gonna have a kid that was gonna be an hybrid, and Victor killed his own daughter, which is the girl that fell in love. So the vampire, which is sort of the highest bloodline. So he has the best bloodline. He's kind of the elder of the werewolf, and the daughter of one of the elder of the vampire. They have a kid. The kid's gonna be a mixed blood or a hybrid, and so they killed him for that. Right? Then Michael, because he is the son of Covingtus, so there's a whole lore. There's a whole legend, which is there was this first guy, right? This first guy who got extreme power. He was the first. He had two sons. One of his sons was a vampire because it was bitten by a bat. One of his sons was bitten by a wolf, so he became a werewolf, right? They're at war, right? Which is good. At the end, Victor gets killed because he's an asshole, and all is good. But no, because Marcus gets revived. Marcus is in the story. Marcus is one of the most important characters. Marcus is the Covingtus brother. Marcus is the very first vampire. So Marcus, the whole evolution thing is they're trying to do a part where it's every single vampire and every single werewolf. So Marcus does what? Marcus, he goes to see, and you see the father in the story saying, dude, my son cannot be controlled. So the problem is the werewolf, which is Marcus' brother, I think it's William or something like that. William gets transformed into a werewolf and can't control himself. So Marcus is like, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a big war. You're going to be the king of the werewolf, and I'm going to be the king of the vampires. So we're going to be using our separate forces and conquering the world. You know, this is going to be ours. We're going to be the king and queens of this planet. So what you do, which is bad, is you reckon a lot of things, right? For example, the fact that Michael was an hybrid, the very first hybrid. Well, he's not really an hybrid. Well, he is an hybrid, but he's not the only one that's able to. Right? They have enslaved werewolf, which they use to fight, which is kind of insane. The story is good too. Marcus is a great villain because he's very warlike. And the whole goal of the movie is to save William. The whole goal of the movie is to kill William. So this is kind of crazy. And even then, you kind of see that the vampires are in league, because they're sort of seeing that, okay, well, the vampires, you want to kill William, why not kill Marcus? So that's the whole movie. To me, it was a bit weaker because it was very to push the next movies. The first one was a great story. I do like an anime or a movie that you can start and end with the same movies. If it's a trilogy, it doesn't matter. So yeah, to me, it was a bit weaker. There's a lot of like eternal like fights, internal talk. I'm gonna be honest, they lost my attention a couple of times. Because while watching the movie, I was dozing off, I was doing something else. Like, oh fuck that, right? So when you do that, it tells you that the movie isn't that great. Today we watched 3 movies, which is The Shining. The Shining was exceptional. So I had watched The Shining before, but didn't really get into it. Why? So I had watched The Shining after reading the audiobook, and in my mind the audiobook was better. So then today I watched the movie, not even watching the audiobook, which really kind of solidified the situation for me. Really kind of made me a bit happier because I didn't compare, right? So what was it? It's I forgot to do this. Audiobook. The Shining. It's a 5-hour audiobook. Nice. 13 hours.
About the movies that have been made out of your novels. I mean, some of them, they forget that whatever's inside the book. And they take the title and they go off and make their movie.
Look.
Now, but what about those that are more true to what you have written?
Look at this.
Well, why do they fail? I don't mean fail in terms of your liking them, not in terms of an audience, not in terms of making money, but in terms of Stephen King saying, by God, they did a hell of a job.
One movie that departs considerably from the book that's a failure is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Right.
And I think that one failed because Kubrick was going to make the horror movie that was going to be the benchmark horror movie, the one by which other horror movies are judged. And he didn't really know the field, and he didn't take any time to educate himself in the field. So that I think that might be a failure of hubris. And with the case of another movie like Firestarter, which was the book, literally, exactly, I think it's a failure because it doesn't have the sparkle and the life of the novel.
About the movies that have been made out of your novels. I mean, some of them, they forget that whatever's inside the book. And they take the title and they go off.
I actually love that. I didn't know. So to me, The Shining was great. I did like The Shining.
King wrote an entire
But
Did you know Stephen King wrote an entire book in a weekend and was so high and drunk at the time that he doesn't remember writing it? That book was Cujo. Did you know Steve?
Why does he keep looking at the camera?
Hey, Kubrick.
In The Shining, as Jack Torrance slowly loses his mind, Jack Nicholson subtly glances at the camera multiple times. This wasn't a mistake. It was a deliberate choice to show his growing madness and make the audience feel uncomfortable. Why does he keep looking at the camera?
The Shining is actually one of the greater movie. Like
in The Shining, as Jack
in
Torrance
previous movie, it's amazing because back then, it's like video games a little bit. You didn't have to. You could rely on the graphics. You couldn't rely on anything. Like there's a lot of scene in there that is creepy. The Shining. I'm gonna be honest. Was I scared during The Shining? No, but there's a couple of times during The Shining when I laughed. I was uncomfortable. I was like, this kid's a creepy fuck. So The Shining is actually amazing. So in the book, what I really enjoyed was the whole Shining part. So in the book, it's better explained. So in the book, The Shining is special people, right? So you think The Shining is gonna be Jack Nicholson? No, it's his son. It's his son. The Shining is people that are touched by God, special people. So his son is able to figure out something that's gonna be happening. He's sort of able to predict the future, sort of able to predict what's gonna happen, and this is why he survived. So the story of The Shining is Overlook Hotel, right? Which is a thriving business during the summer, but during the winter it's not able to. So what they do is they hire a family to take care of the Shining, the Overlook Hotel. So they have to clean the hotel. They have to do whatever they have to do. It's actually really good. I cannot believe that the audiobook is 13 hours though. For sure I'm going to be downloading that for sure. For sure. I started doing it and I didn't finish. But yeah, so the what was really good about it is, see, I'm doing the tower at the same time. I'm doing 5 things at the same time. Phone is too hot. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And I have to hurry because my father's gonna come soon. No, it's not gonna come soon. I have to leave. Audiobook. There you go. Share. Fuck, I cannot. I moved to my father's house, and two gigs might be what I need. So, the movie itself is actually quite special. So, like, I'm so sorry, I'm doing so much thing at once. I'm not paying justice to the movie and how good it is. So, with The Shining is the story of the hotel. Every single winter, they need the family to be there, right? And this winter, the family that is there is what's his name? Jack Nicholson, his wife and his kid, right? Jack Nicholson is a writer. He's like, dude, I'm not finding work. I'm not able to do work, but this is perfect. I'm gonna take care of the hotel. My wife can clean. My son will have a place to play, and I'll have a place to write my book, right? And then the hotel, when you go, you kind of learn a couple of things, right? You kind of learn a couple of things. So, for example, which is really freaking good, really, really, really freaking good. So in the hotel, there's a cook there, right? And the cook is the very first hint that the hotel is kind of messed up. So he's able to see, like, for example, he called the kid Duck, which is something that his parents call him. He knows a lot about the kid. And then he goes for ice cream with the kid and he explained to him, he's like, hey, do you know how I know what your name was, your nickname was? He said, me and you, we have The Shining. This is very special. So this is what people have. So people have, and they have a gift, right? So the whole reason the family gets saved is because the chef feels bad for the kid because their connection with The Shining, able to get them. Because Jack Nicholson's character is insane, and it's so well written. So in the story, the character of Jack Nicholson becomes the caretaker, and you start hearing the story about the previous caretaker. So one of them burned the Overlook. One of them took an axe and slashed his family. A lot of them, they end up going crazy. They end up going insane, and it's kind of crazy because, like, this is what it does. So there's no precise. So it's kind of weird because there's no precise explanation as to why. The only possible explanation that I find is at the very end of the movie, you got a painting which contains all of the caretaker that died to protect that died in the Overlook, and Jack Nicholson joined them. And then you see the ball, which is 1921, and then what is really cool is that you have like a scene which is a ball, and you see Jack Nicholson dancing and having fun. And this is kind of the only time in the movie where you see him aloof. This is kind of the only time in the movie where you see him chilling. Like, okay, well, this is an important moment because it's a change of character from him, right? So you see the character of Jack Nicholson going insane. And what is really good about The Shining is you kind of understand why he's going insane. For example, his wife. And again, I'm going to say something that's disgusting, but back in those days, there was a lot of housewife. So it was the man that was working. It was the man that was out there making money. The housewife wasn't the most knowledgeable, not because she was stupid, but because she didn't have the same life experience, or she wasn't going out to work and dealing with customer and dealing with people like that, you know. So in the movies, trying to write her book, right, and it's not working, and the wife is like, okay, well, she's in his mind, she's in the way, right? And there's also a couple of mention, which is really cool. His kid, he doesn't listen, right? And his kid is very, like, he's very special because of The Shining, right? And there's a scene which is, again, this is where you start seeing, like, the character of Jack Nicholson completely going insane, right? And there's this other overlooker, this other, like, the past. So he says his name, and then Jack Nicholson recognizes him. I'm sorry if I'm saying the movie is so complex, but it's so well made. So he tells his name, which is Grady something. And Jack Nicholson remember, hey, the old caretaker, which is his job, his name was that. He took an accent, you know, slash his family. And the guy admits it. He said, you know what, I tried to help the kid. It's my wife got in the way. They needed discipline, so I gave them discipline. And the guy's like, you know that your son is trying to bring somebody in, somebody from the outside. He doesn't know that you can do the job. And he's talking about the chef coming in, And the father knows that the chef and his son hit it off, so it makes sense. Like, oh, no way. And then he lets it. He drops it. He says, try to correct him, but his mother gets in the way. So you understand that there's a lot of anger. There's a lot of repressed feelings. There's a lot of he feels like there's a ton of mention of his wife hindering him and not allowing him to evolve as a writer. So yeah, but then where it shines is that the shining where it shines. The shining where it shines is the slowly descent of Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson plays masterfully. He becomes more and more crazy, and as the movie goes, he becomes like on Inch. Now, I will say that sadly, very sadly, there is a quick switch. So it goes from being angry to being a bit on edge to being completely insane, where he basically tried to kill his wife. He basically tried to open the bathroom door with an axe. You know the scene, right? So it's kind of really good like that, right? So, but it's the small detail which is important. So, for example, he writes, right, and the wife takes the time to look at what he wrote, right, and you see page upon pages of all work no play make Jack's a dull boy. The name of Jack Nicholson in the movie is Jack. So you know that he's going insane. This is a good portrayal of him going insane. His kids have a gift, which is The Shining, and he's presenting himself as Tony. Tony is his fingers. And Tony tells them secrets and tells them what's going on. So when he asks the cook, because they hit it off, he's asking, what's in room 237? And the chef's like, there's nothing in the room 237, you better not go there. So then he goes there and gets strangled. So Jack Nicholson goes in, and this is the important part, right? So he was told not to go in room 237, and he went there. So you're like, okay, well, something's gonna happen, right? But then the kid has been acting erratic, and we think that Tony character is not real. So there's instances where, for example, Tony's like this, and he says that his mom is asking him, are you minding if we move on? And it's like, yeah, I would like to stay here. It's like, don't worry, your father might not get the job. And he said, no, he got it. He's gonna call you now, tell you got it. And the phone ring, and it's the husband saying, hey, I got the job. So you see, like, holy crap, this kid is onto something, So he goes in, and Jack Nicholson goes in, and the kid mentioned a woman batting, right? And she's a beautiful woman. She's completely naked. You see her in the nude. She is flawless. And then you see in the mirror, she's sort of kind of decrepit. She's dead. She possibly drowned, but she's kind of decrepit, and she's running after him. And she's completely naked. She's an older lady. She's going after him. And it's never scary, but it's creepy. One of the creepiest thing is, like, the kid talking to himself, talking to a strange voice. The creepiest thing is the two twins. They're coming to say, hey, you want to play with us? And then you realize that the twin are the twin that are the previous caretaker / open, right? You realize that Jack Nicholson takes up of everything. For example, they want to leave. He breaks the radio. He breaks the snow. There's no patrol or something like that. So they're not able to escape. So the movie itself is fantastic. In the book, they burn it down. In this one, they don't burn it down. So the movie itself is actually really good. It's more on the creepy side. But what is the beauty of the movie itself is the era. So in the 90s, again, small budget, you get things like Monday morning. You get things like Tuesday. It's very chapter-like, which is something that I adore. You go in for the chapters and you're like, okay, you know what? This is really well made. Moving on, we got Survival of the Dead with Greg Nicotero. So everybody knows Greg Nicotero as a zombie expert. He's possibly one of the first. Was it Nicotero or was it Romero? Oh shit! Who's almost dead? You're almost dead, huh? Okay, I got you, boo boo. I got you. Survival of the Dead. survival of the dead. George A. Romero. Yeah. George A. Romero. So the movie is, well, freaking flies. Shouldn't let some monster the house. I should clean them at least, because I got a lot of flies. Not a lot, but I got 4 or 5, which is a lot. George A. Romero is very known in the zombie, kind of the forefather. Him and Romero, they kind of establish rules for the zombies. So the movie starts. There's 2 clans. There's one clan that says, "Hey, we're on an island with everything we need. We got farms, we got food, we're good." Right? But there's zombies, and what happened is there's zombies that are gonna end up killing us, and if we don't kill them, we're in danger. Our only source of worry is zombies, and they kill zombies. There's a really good scene. So the first clan, or the first group, goes in, knocks at the door. The parents said, "Hey, we heard that your kid had an accident." And the father's like, "Yeah, my daughter, she fell off her bike." It's like, no, I'm talking about the son. Then you realize that the son got hit by a car. He died. He turned into a zombie. He bit his sister. Right? So he goes to kill him. He goes to kill the 2 kids. Now there's a second group that comes in. The second groups are like, "You know what? No way. No. No way. No. These people can be safe. They're sick. But they can be safe." And then that clan is stronger, so they banish the first clan off, right? Which is kind of like a really good, way to put things, because, like, okay, well, there's 2 mentalities, there's 2 clans, they both represent a mentality, there's no middle ground, it's just black and white, right? And then what happened is, the story cuts off there. The first clan is on the boat, they're leaving. Then we go to their main group, which is sort of like a military group, and they have each other's back. There's 5 of them. Super interesting character. There's a girl, a lesbian, talking about how she's missed everything. They call him the Mexican dude, but he's super kind. He's the funny guy of the group. There's the leader. Then there is the faithful right arm. So you got like a really cool group, And then they go in, and they find out that there's 3 people, right? And those 2 people are they're aggressive. They raise their weapon. The army group kill them. So enter the 6th member, which is a kid or a teenager, which is a very popular actor, wimpy kid, very popular. The 100, and he's an important character because you see his mentality through him. You see the evolution through him. You got a reason to explain everything over again. You got a reason to explain how they believe, what they do think, because this guy is new to the group, right? Which is super interesting. What is really cool about the movie is the movie itself makes zombies a reality. So there's a talk show, and they're doing zombie jokes, right? And there's a really cool remark in the movie, which is freaking cult classic, which is the host called the zombie Deadhead. And one of the army guys says, "Oh, we have to call them Deadhead now. What is this world becoming?" So it's kind of like it's sort of really cool because it's talking about the PC culture, politically correct culture. So now they're on the internet, and they're seeing one of the clan that got kicked off. Said, "Hey, if you're able fighter and you want to do a change for your country, or you want to do the world a better place, come and join us. We're a group of survivor." So then there's the 2, right? So the movie is actually really good. They will go back on the island, and the island will trying to check it over because it's a safe place. Why is it a safe place? Because there's no in and out, right? The only people there are survivors, and there's no new zombie. There's no risk. It's safe, right? One of the coolest thing is you establish that at the beginning there's a father. The father has 2 daughters, so there's a lot of infighting within the family. But the daughter's gonna be important later on, right? So you go in, you meet the 2 clan. Our group decides to stick with the clan that they'll kill them because they're not human, right? Then there's a zombie outbreak just to show them, right? and just to show them and saying like, hey, guess what? Those people are not human. Now, the second clan, which believes that those people are sick, does the perfect thing. He takes the second daughter of the main guy, or the chief of the clan of people that believe that zombies should be killed, and he's like, hey, you think they're not human? Kill your own daughter. Go ahead. And then the daughter, which is a zombie, recognizes her sister, which I think they're twin or something, and she's like, So then, like, her sister's like, no, wait, Dad. She recognizes me. So she goes in, and they're holding hand. And then the twin sister bites her, which makes her a zombie, right? So then he loses both his daughter, right? The story is actually really good because at the end, you realize that none of them was right. None of them was right. The answer is to kill the zombies, but the answer is you're going to kill all zombies, right? So the movie itself is actually really good. Actually, like a really important in the zombie scene because it was one of the first zombie movie, not the first zombie movie ever made, but in the specific genre as to explain as to why zombies are what they are. Exploring what can we do with the genre of zombies is very important. My problem with the movie is simple. I have been watching Walking Dead for a while, and in The Walking Dead, this plot line of are zombies sick people, are zombies like we can save them, is something that we're seeing over and over and over and over and over again. It's seen 4 or 5 times. For example, it's seen with the farm where Urshel thinks the zombies can be saved. It's scenes with Maggie and Lizzie and her sister, where Lizzie's like, no, they're alive. You cannot kill them. They're alive, right? And she feeds them. You look at another one, which is the Whisperer. The Whisperer, which they live among the zombies, and like, hey, you can guide them. They're still there, right? And then you see them with the enemy, the Variant, right? With the Variant, which is sort of zombies, capable sentient zombies. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So because I saw this multiple times, it didn't have the impact. So when you're watching the movie Survival of the Dead, you're supposed to ask yourself, if I was in the movie, which clan would I choose? But you don't, because you've seen it more time than once with Walking Dead. And lastly, we got Monster Hunter. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan. Well, not a fan, but never got really introduced to the Monster Hunter series. My issue with the Monster Hunter series is that I played on PSP, on the first version, and I wasn't a fan of the fact that I had to, because I like to grind, I like to collect everything. So I was basically playing. I played for like 10 hours, and I was basically playing, and I was looking up like solution online, and they were saying like, okay, well, this is where you get your second weapon, right? So I was using all the durability to one weapon. I was going to get the second weapon, but I didn't have any good weapons. I would get killed. So I'm like, it's a grinding, but to get to grind, you need to use your primary resources, get secondary resources. You don't have your primary resources, but to move on, you need your first resources. So it's kind of fucked up. And then you have to sell the thing that you grind for to buy the primary resources. Like, what's the point of grinding if I'm using everything and I'm doing such a small profit? So I wasn't really a fan of it. However, the movie is actually really good. Is a perfect example to it. It's sort of weird because they're not going in depth enough in my taste. So, for example, so is this group of mercenary that goes in through like a portal. Into the portal, they go to the Monster Hunter world, and the group gets killed really quickly. The only one that survives is the main character, which is again Alice from Resident Evil, or I don't remember her name. I'm sorry if you're watching this, but she's super cool. And there was a photos on Instagram lately of her son and her daughter, and they're picture perfect. It's crazy, right? So yeah, so with that, so she's able to survive through her friends dying, giving her time. So then she meets this guy, and this guy is actually knowing how to fight. He's really able to fight, so they get to know each other. He teaches her how to survive. There's really cool, really cool training scene. Then we meet Ron Perlman, which is I'm a big fan of because of his Hellboy movie, but it's Son of Anarchy, and I'm a really big fan. So he goes in and he shows them like, hey, we know your world. You're not the first one to come here. We're gonna help you get to your world. The movie shines and is Monster Hunter elements. For example, The monsters are super well made. It's very clever. For example, there's a part of the movie where you cannot defeat that guy, but if you take this one person poison and you poison the guy, you can kill him. That actually is really cool. The fact that he's teaching her the kid that she finds that is used to monster. The teacher is absolutely phenomenal. But there's a lot of there's a lot of flaw though. For example, she's being used as bait once, and then she's like, okay, well, I'm super thirsty. He tells her, hey, there's water there, drink it. And then there's an other enemy. He's like, ha, you're bait again. So it's supposed to be this really funny moments, but like, dude, you already used it a couple of times here. You get the whole crew of the main character die, and their death doesn't serve really a purpose. Like, oh my god, this world is dangerous. That's it, right? You got Ron Perlman coming in, and there's a whole group of survivor. There's cat. There's, if you know the Monster Universe, the Monster Hunter universe. There's literally cats. There's a lot of cats. Whichever as your companion, I'm not really sure because I never played. But then this is introduced, and 20 minutes later, they're not. The movie is ending. So you spent such a long time trying to fight one enemy to get to your truck because there's weapon on the truck. Do you realize that the weapon that you were able to use on the truck, they're not that useful? The weapon that you ended up using before are way more useful. You go back to your world because you open up a portal. Enemies are slipping through. You defeat the enemy, and that's it. So the movie is actually pretty good. It's entertaining. It's not the most interesting movie. It's not the best movie I've ever seen. There's a lot of effort in the graphics. The graphics are really well made. The CGI is really well made. But it falls short. There's time where it's trying to be funny, but it's not funny. There's time where it's trying to be a good action movie, but the action is so short. For example, there's a monster called Diabolos, which is crazy strong, right? And we go through every single technique to fight him off. And we're going through everything to fight him off. And we succeed in fighting him off because she's able to make him slower than she's using a rocket launcher, and she's able to kill him. But no, because at the end what happened is the guy that trains her jump on his head, is using the sword and plants it in the head of the Diabolo. It's like all that's it for mission to get the weapon when the one that you had was already enough. So there's a lot of going around in circle, which I didn't really enjoy. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So otherwise, pretty good movie. I don't know if I would recommend it. It's just that I watched Underworld 1, which was great. I watched The Shining, which was great. And these two movies blows everything out of the water that I watched yesterday. So in comparison this week, it doesn't make them bad movie. In comparison, just better. And there you go. Holy. It's 7:23. Woo! Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well, because having a fantastic day on this glorious, and I do mean glorious, freaking day 278. I do have to hurry because I have to go to my father's house in not too long, and very, very soon. So we're gonna do a short tire talk where, of course, I'm gonna talk about every single playthrough because every single playthrough doesn't need to be talked about. There hasn't been anything new, so I want to apologize because yesterday was yesterday was Monday. I ended up not having Wi-Fi. The modem overheat. I was sleeping through most of it. I ended up not being able to purchase every single one of the advanced products that I wanted to buy. So that kind of sucks. So I'm sorry about that. We messed up. It's my fault. We messed up because of that. So I do apologize. And I was trying my best to do everything, but we weren't able to. And that sucks because we did work our best. So I'm in a hurry. I'm going to talk about two playthroughs though. You saw me. You noticed that I was mentioning less everything. Everything is in a perfect spot right now. Everything is a perfect spot. We're having a lot of coin per session. We're having more coin than we can spend. Right now what we're doing our labs, right? So orb speed, game speed, and attack speed. Speed. So yeah, so like I'm saying, right now we're really working on establishing the basic. So right now we reached 2,500. We got labs for days. Everything right now is perfectly set up. It's perfectly set up. We got tons of freaking freaking labs. We got Deathwave. We got Chrono Field. No more batteries. No more storage. I don't have time for you right now, dude. Two, three, four. Okay. Sorry guys, I didn't have enough storage because we've been filming the whole morning, so I didn't check how much storage that I have. So like I'm saying, for this, for everything we have everything. We have labs for ultimate weapon, Chrono Field, Death Wave. Right now, my biggest issue is that I just have to wait. So no matter what I do, that I have a primo. So whatever I do, I just have to have labs connect. So the goal is to continue playing the game in tier 1. This is why I'm talking about less. Because right now we're in the sweet spot where we're just farming. We're farming for gems to open up lab slot or card slot so we get stronger. Next tournament I'm going to be able to upgrade my ultimate weapon, but for now, this one is really well started out. For merchant, right now we're going to talk about merchant. Merchant, we're doing really well. Yesterday was our 3rd day, which is today, is our 3rd day of building it up. I think I'm going to need tonight also, but we're doing really well. We're able to do like till 300, so this is phenomenal. We've been working a lot on damage, attack speed, and lab speed. Again, we're working on damage and attack speed because I want to be able to do crowd control and I want to be able to heal. Right now, it's not doing super well. We're getting some increments of increase, but right now, we're kind of hitting the same spot as everything. We have some left that we need to work on. Right now, we're kind of weak, but we're doing good. So right now, what we're doing is, as we with every single playthrough, right now we're kind of farming. So we get the basic, which is cash, coin, which is attack, which is attack speed, sorry, which is range, which is multi-shot, which is knockback, which is every single one of them that I have. Okay, critical, range, multi-shot, rapid fire, defense and damage, lifesteal, knockback, and orb speed. We just have to golden them up, right? Honestly, everything right now, the plan is super simple. All I have to do is 3 things. Get stronger. The goal is to reach tier 1000. So then I can take it a bit more idle. The goal is just to buy all of these reward to go ahead and buy the free upgrades. So maximizing my my coin and cash income, get the free upgrades so it become more idle, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. So this is really freaking good. This is really freaking good. Right now we're still at 2.5. What I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna go to my father's house soon, is gonna move on to game speed. I should be able to do it by tonight's tier 3.5 or 4. Tonight again is time to just farm. Once we've done that, because right now, like, I want to do videos. I'm doing videos, which is great. I can play on that, but I want to stream, and streaming I need to be at least 1,000. So that's gonna be kind of tough, but it's super easy. We did it before, and we're well on our way. Now there has been a new event, and I'm gonna be able to show you that. This event is one of my favorites. It's actually a really cool event. It is Prismatic Line. The cool thing with this one is, I truly believe, that only Crown has Prismatic Line. Dude, it's insane. I'm holding the other tablet. It's a tablet, bro. It's a tablet, and compared to this one, it's so much smaller, so much lighter. I gotta say, I do like this being that big, but to transport it, it's not easy. I want to check something out. Yes, holy shit, dude. Holy shit, cannot believe it. I can't believe it. Crown is the only playthrough that has it. That has this. So this is kind of insane, because usually I don't have to worry about anything at all. So the event that only Crown had it is kind of cool. So we'll be showing you the event. The event is Prismatic Line. I gotta say, I have to be honest here. Prismatic background and tower was my favorite for such a long time. It was my favorite for such a long time. It's 7:30, guys. I have to take a shower. I have to prepare clothes and I have to go to my father's house. I hope I'm not late. So, the Prismatic Line, I used it for so freaking long. I'm gonna go ahead and check out the relics. So we got Prismatic Star, recovery amount by 2%, kind of good. Rainbow, not by force, by 5%, is good for every playthrough. One of the only things that's good for every playthrough. Light Spectrum, torn by 1%. Light Scattering, attack speed by 2%, so kind of really good. We got the last one. Prismatic Shard, damage per meter by 5%. That was the last one. Reflection Array, coin earned by 2%. So this was a really good event. And now we have our what shall we call it? We have our we have our rotating relics. We got Plasma Globe, which was for the plasma event. Bot range by 1 meter is insane. Fisherman set, increased defense absolute by 2%. Really good. Wind, damage per meter by 5%. And Candy Core, target by 5%. You see what I'm saying? It does feel like there's so much more. So much more. Relics for offensive. I'm sorry this is a short the tower. It's just that I'm learning with time that, like, for example, like most of my playthroughs right now are in a state of limbo. For example, Frenchie and VODs, they only have 2 slots. The next thing, but this is not gonna be always gonna be that way, because I'm telling you, like, in 2 weeks or maybe a month, I don't know. I have to say, I don't know. I'm gonna have enough to do everything. For example, with Resistance, right? I have an event where I have to buy 8 card, right? You guys know that, not a big deal. That's not complex, right? Well, the event where we have to buy the card, I have what? I got maybe 2 more events where I have to buy every single card. The rest are all taken care of. And then, this is going to be for Resistance, this is going to be for... Resistance is going to be for Voiceless. So I'm going to be able to buy all the card slots. So I'm going to be moving on a lot faster. We might make it out of... I hope so, fuck. We might make it out of freaking Platinum League. That would be so nice, right? I'm actually really excited about what life has in store for us. But like I'm saying right now, and also you have to understand that a lot of the lab that I'm doing with playthroughs takes months, maybe like a year. Like lab speed takes years to finish. Right? Years. Now this is not true. So for example, if you start today, or if you start like a year ago and you didn't touch it, and then you're at a certain point and then you use Elite Cell, it takes a lot less time. But to beat that, you have to do a lot of shit. And most people won't do that, a lot of shit. So yeah, so most of my playthroughs, they're kind of limbo right now, and they're waiting for a lab to finish, right? So finishing a lab, and then there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna get tired. And I think moving on, it's gonna be the what we're gonna do exactly. Maybe one point I'm gonna be tired of the progress not being almost non-existent. I'm gonna take a random playthrough, for example, Frenchie or VODs. I'm gonna completely change everything. I'm gonna change the labs. I'm gonna change everything. But you have to understand something also. Right now it's costing us 2,600 diamonds per week. So I'm in a position where not only do I not have enough diamonds per week, but I'm using every single diamond that I have. So forget about card slots, forget about lab slots. So these are both things that are important for growth. So why am I not expanding on it? Because like you can have a very good relic and you miss it because you didn't have enough, and that relic come back in a year because they're really good relics. You know? So I'm getting in a position where I have to make sacrifices. And sadly, the progress is sacrifice. So yeah, so That's the plan for today. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna be playing tower today. I'm gonna be leaving everything on and crown, and that's it. I'm gonna go to my father's house. I'm gonna go shopping now because I'm gonna go sleep. So that's pretty much my day. When I gotta go to my father's house. I love you guys. Okay.
And features a powerful 1200 watt motor, smooth ride, strong brakes, and a big discount right now. It's tagged. Would you rather spend money on gas or charge this for pennies? This electric scooter delivers up to 40 miles of range.
On n'en a pas vendu une seule.
Quoi? D'autres arrivent à écouler tout leur stock plein tarif? Et nous, même avec une grosse réduction, on n'en vend pas?
Peut-être que notre réduction est trop grosse. Les gens pensent que c'est trop beau pour être vrai.
N'importe quoi. C'est une offre limitée dans le temps. Elle est équipée d'un moteur essence 4 temps 9.9cc, fiable et sécurisé, de pneus tout-terrain et d'un frein à disque arrière pour une meilleure maîtrise. La selle est rembourrée, les guidons sont réglables. Le tout pour un max de confort. Cette petite...
Domlink, it's your boy, welcome to the show. I'm kind of doing well, having a wonderful day. So, we just finished doing a video. We did 2 hours and 15 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the shower. I'm going to prepare the clothes to go to my father's house, bring the oil, and that is pretty much it. So, all in all, it's going to be a pretty good day. I'm excited for this. I got this. I'm excited for it. Let's freaking go. What did I have to upload, though? Day 278. Today is 77. Sunrise. Then you take out the show. You bring the best of both worlds. Come on, Ink. Shower time. Then you have to freaking upload, dude. Oh. You also have to do your edit. Fuck. So okay, we can do it when I go sleep. You bring the best of both worlds. Guys, I'm gonna go in the shower, but I have to put the AC on. Because I need that phone to upload as quick as possible. If you can, I'm gonna have enough storage to go to my father's house. If I cannot, I don't know. You bring the best of both worlds. Shower time. Yep, let's go. Right. Let's close the blinder. You can take a shower. We're not naked. For the eyes to see. You see how I just rhyme? Is this not a loss of time? A waste of time? A paradigm die. Tasting like freaking lime. Drink the best of the world. your actual position to know. Oh, fuck, you closed. It was down in the water, didn't know what hit her. Yeah. Fuck. It's 50. Yeah, I'm gonna be late. And ways to say goodnight. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Or like I should. Meant to be. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. My dad real quick. Ça va? Ah. Calisse, dude. Comment on va de conversation? De pas faire la ligne. She said you're meant to be. That it's not you, it's me. Let's play shopping. Help me, I'm good in the light. and ways to say goodbye. Okay, good. So now we get a bunch of plates to close. Bon. What? I ain't got time for you. I ain't got time for you to call me, dude. Drop the tablets. Not broken, but fuck, dude. You have to be more careful. That it's not you, it's me. I'm living life just like I should. Oh, like I should. You said you're meant to be. That it's not you, it's me. You're living like... Okay. Good night, the tower. Sword. Voice actually need you. Speedster, no. VODs, yes. Frenchie, yes. Shield. Oh, shit. Okay, good. We missed 6 minutes. That's fine. Crown and everything. Okay. I'm gonna keep you in. That it's not you, it's me. She went down on the airway, didn't know it my way. And I tell her, I said that I loved her. Help me, I'm not good in the light. Da-da-da. Oh, she went down in the water, didn't know I hit her. I to help her, help me, I'm not good in the life. And say to say goodbye. Oh, like I should. Part 2. Part 3. Part 3. Part 4. Now we have to do Frenchie. 'Cause I don't trust you, and I should have known. I don't trust you. And I'm so pro. I don't trust you. to upload quickly. I don't trust you. It's you, not me. I don't trust you. You're such a bitch. I don't trust you. You were such a dick. And I don't trust you. You were such a prick.
I've been working all day. I actually have a job. I'd like
Oh. You know what I'm saying?
show me your show. Okay. Can you flip your background there, buddy? Why is it? It's backwards, sweetie.
Sweetie.
Okay. All right, guys.
You run your mouth about being a tough guy, and then you say, "I'm so excited, happy Tommy's here."
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be happy you're here, Tommy? See?
I saw this really funny clip of you saying you're gonna say the N-word.
Yeah, I will. If people keep considering me that, I will drop the N-bomb, whether or not Keith's getting married or not.
Whether or not Gabe, who gives a fuck if he's getting married, dude?
Comparing me to disgusting individuals.
Oh.
No, that's not. I didn't make that up. Actually, he just called me CD-ROM yesterday.
There is a weird vibe about that guy that has nothing to do with kids. I don't.
Hey, but
Yeah, I love that you're saying that there's no storage, but I'm not even using the storage right now. I'm watching YouTube, bro. No way. Nuh-uh. So we have 16 hours uploading for 3 hours.
Which will help you bring a turbulent stream of thoughts to a halt. It helps you let go of those short-term thoughts that might creep in right before falling asleep and stubbornly cling on, but also support you in releasing old, deeply rooted beliefs that no longer serve you. In the long run, you'll feel better and find it easier with every night to fall asleep without circling thoughts. If that sounds good to you and you're ready, allow yourself to settle into your ideal sleeping position, on your back or on your side, however feels best for you. Arrive. Relax your body as much as you can. Your hands.
I'm already regretting this. No, I'm not. This is fun. I'm just kidding. This is fun. It'll be an interesting thing to do. It'll be fun. Mr. Phillip. I know.
Your face. Your tongue. And your jaw.
Phillip Burnell content tonight, guys, because DSP isn't live. So
when I ask you to close your eyes,
capitalize off this and get
last minute subs and relaxation spread through you.
The crash outs that Bill has been delivering for the last week or so.
Let your eyes gently fall shut.
I don't know if he's doing this on purpose
feel this soothing relaxation
with his moderator Darcy.
As you breathe in and out calmly, your breath relaxes you.
I can't pay my bills. I have to skip.
You begin to develop your
I'm already
own
regretting this. No, I'm not. This is fun. I'm just kidding. This is fun. It'll be an interesting thing to do. This will be fun. Mr. Phillip Burnell.
Phillip Burnell. Out.